Back in 1912, a guy climbed halfway up the Eiffel Tower. He put on a homemade parachute, and if you see the video, which is online, you can just tell it was never going to work. Anyway, that guy jumped, and the rest is history. He died. But whose fault was it? Was it the fault of the guy who built the Eiffel Tower? Was it the fault of the Eiffel Tower for being there? Or was it the fault of the guy who took it upon himself to attempt such a stupid and dangerous thing? Now, my argument is it's the guy's own fault. He didn't have to climb halfway up the Eiffel Tower and do what he did. And I'm afraid it's the same for illegal migrants who decide to put their own lives in danger when they pay thousands and thousands of euros to people smugglers in Europe just so they can put themselves into unreliable little dinghies in order to cross the Channel or the Mediterranean and get to the land of milk and honey. These people do have safe routes, they're called visas, and if other migrants can do it, why can't they? After all, they seem to have all this money around, up to 10,000 euros a pop, to pay criminals to get themselves over here. Or better still, stop at one of the various safe countries they get to and live their lives quietly and peacefully. Now, in the UK, if you're watching from another country, we have a woman called Diane Abbott. She very nearly became our Home Secretary. Thank God she didn't. The woman is thicker than a butcher's shit and twice as nasty. Now, she has performed various cock-ups, hilariously, might I add, not only on social media but during speeches and television and radio appearances. But still, the leaders of the Labour Party have refused to deal with her. Now, in this country also, there's this barge down in Portland, and it's being used to house a number of illegal migrants. And it's the latest episode in this ongoing saga of the illegal channel crossings and immigration, which is a huge story. It's a huge concern for people in this country. And so a Conservative MP, probably one of the very few real Conservatives in the fake Tory party, he voiced his concern and said what many people are thinking when he mentioned that illegal migrants who don't appreciate our help here should just fuck off back to France. And those are his words. And they really should as well appreciate what we are doing for them. We are spending billions of taxpayers' money housing, feeding, clothing them, giving them money to spend, and even giving them free public transport. They live in various posh hotels, and now they're being put on this barge, and the government has so far resisted putting them in tents, or better still, just returning them whence they came. But anyway, because Lee Anderson is not the flavour of the month with the lefties, the woke mob, they all hate him, because he speaks the truth. And it blows their minds as well that somebody from a working class background could be a member of the Conservative Party, but there we go. And as usual, because of what he says and who he is, he gets a lot of vitriol and hate online by these hate mongers who quite literally howl and shriek at everything he says. And the funniest one is Diane Abbott. Now, she tweeted this, and she did this because I believe she tried to outsmart him. And she deleted it because it's a ridiculously stupid thing to say. And as you can see here, she's saying that these migrants have indeed fucked off to the bottom of the sea. And she's referring to 41 migrants or illegal migrants who died in a shipwreck off Italy, or a dinghy wreck. Now, of course, there's nothing funny about the loss of human life. But I have to say, when I read this for the first time, I spat out my root beer. This is the sort of thing a near-the-knuckle comedian would say for laughs. Now, of course, Diane Abbott, being Diane Abbott, I think she heard it and repeated it on Twitter. And that's her problem. She just doesn't think. She never engages that brain before opening her mouth. This is, after all, during, I think it was the election where Boris Johnson won the huge majority against Jeremy Corbyn, her former lover. She was photographed campaigning on the streets wearing 2 left shoes. Now, this woman obviously can't dress herself. How the hell was she going to be Home Secretary? And I haven't even mentioned her racist tweets about white people, but there we go. You can see them all online. Go and look for yourselves and draw your own conclusions about this bizarre woman. And there we go. That's my video. I hope you like. Please let me know what you think in the comments, And until the next time, Roger Trout.